Welcome back, guys. This is Tough Choice. I am your host, Kazeem. Rahman on the hot seat today. This is his first time on the podcast.
I've never been out of the village before.
He has never been in Ignorant Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, Jared Kassebaum. How you doing, Jared?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
All right. Are you ready for this?
I'm pretty ready.
All right, guys. You know how we do here. We don't really waste any time. The game is Tough Choice. You must pick between the two choices. You must explain yourself. You get one pass, you get one pause, and at the end, of course, we have our final choice.
Let it begin! Let it begin!
All right, now it is time for our constant choice.
Get out of here.
Oh, wrong one. Now it's time for our constant choice.
Constant!
I messed up on the colors. All right, listen. Everyone in the month gets the same first question. Now, Jared, you are the second person for the month of August. So someone has already set the tone, but you could change that tone.
But I don't know the tone.
You don't know the tone just yet. You're absolutely right. Would you rather have TMZ constantly create lies about you?
Okay.
Or have your mom fly a drone that follows you everywhere? Full video and audio.
Oh, the lies for sure.
The lies.
Yeah.
Really?
Because I feel like it's easier, at least to my conscience, to just be like, no, they're wrong. But if my mom's constantly watching, then somebody, her or a hacker or somebody has these things always there.
But isn't this, I get what you're saying, but wouldn't you go insane if TMZ consistently, because this isn't some random YouTube or like random YouTuber saying some random stuff. It's like, yeah, TMZ told us Kobe died.
Right, that's literally where I went in my head too.
Before the cops told us Kobe died.
We were all getting the text that said, did you see TMZ? We're waiting to see if there's confirmed from the cops.
Yeah, exactly. That's so crazy. They told us before the cops got to tell his wife.
Oof.
Essentially.
Right.
That's TMZ.
Right. Man, what's Calabasas cops doing?
I don't know. They were busy taking pictures of the body. God damn it. So useless.
Yeah. But you're telling me that you think that you'd rather have like actual constant surveillance, regardless of who's the one doing the surveillance. You think you'd rather have constant surveillance than constant lies? And by constant lies from TMZ, I assume you mean like a weekly article? Or are we talking like a daily article?
If we're being fair, TMZ, if we're being more realistic, we'll say it's more of a weekly. Like when when people are doing crazy things, it's kind of when like Lindsay Lohan was going insane.
Or Shia LaBeouf.
Or Shia LaBeouf. It was a weekly thing. Or like once a month.
Because even TMZ knows that if they're putting out too many articles, we start to get numb to it. Like with the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp thing, I feel like at first I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then eventually I was like, just let me know when it finishes.
Yeah, basically. You know? Yeah. Actually, you're absolutely right.
So that's kind of why I think the
shitting
lie
on the bed was the crazy part, and then literally after that, I was like, okay, that's
right. Let me know when this is done.
Oh, she hit him. Okay, I don't care about this
I think the content is important, but I cannot have a constant update and also live my life. I think if that's how I do TMZ, that's how I intake celebrity news, and I'm a celebrity. Yeah. And if people are hearing, oh my goodness, Jared Kassebaum, these crazy things keep happening.
Yes.
I'd like to think that after being proven wrong a couple times, right? Because I think I could prove a couple of these lies incorrect.
Yes.
You'd like to think that eventually it's just more noise. So I feel like that would be a less long-term impact. Or if somehow people are hooked into the TMZ articles and they're like, wow, Jared's doing a lot of crazy things. I'd like to believe that maybe I just end up pivoting careers and I just, work in IT or something. And I don't have to worry about TMZ.
You would quit.
I wouldn't quit. I think that'd be, but I also feel like that's more reasonable than constantly looking over my shoulder for this drone from my mother.
Yeah, that's true.
I love my mom. If my mom saw everything I did.
No, I love my mom too.
But I don't want anything to be constantly watching me.
I don't want my mom watching me now, and I'm just recording a podcast.
I know. If my mom walked in, I'd be like, why are you here?
Yeah, that's the thing. If my mom walked in, be honest, wouldn't you be you would be a little upset?
Well, it's like,
why are you, did your mom live in Los Angeles?
No, she lives in Indiana.
Exactly. If your mom just walked in right now,
I'd be like, give me a warning.
That door's unlocked.
I'd be happy. I'd be like, cool, tonight we can hang out.
Yeah.
But right now I'm busy.
Yeah.
Right? It's like when you're a kid and your mom opens the door of your room without knocking.
Yes.
You're not mad she's there, but you're mad that you didn't get a warning.
Yes.
But with the drone, there's just any version of content.
Also, just to just to add on to that, since I am Nigerian, there was no knocking before you open the door.
Okay.
They own the house.
That was never an
That was
expectation.
never that. I never expected that.
Yeah, that was never
always
a pretense.
Yeah. No, even if they knocked, I think my dad knocks as he's opening.
Right.
It's not a knock and then open.
Right.
It's a knock as he's opening. Now, because I'm an adult, then yes, okay, he'll knock.
One time I had a roommate in LA. My first place I found in LA, I lived in a house with 10 guys, 5 bedrooms. We all shared rooms.
Wow.
It was some of those guys ended up becoming my best friends. A bunch of them I don't talk to anymore.
Of course.
But one of them was really bad when we first all moved in, that would just barge into rooms. And we had to be like, you have to knock first. But then we had like a 2-week period where he would knock and open without waiting for a response. And we're like, no. Part of the knocking is waiting for a response.
Yes.
We don't the 2 knocks is not nice if there's not like actual consent happening after that.
Yeah, of course.
But
yeah.
But I think that my mom with the drone, it's not that I don't want my mom to know what I'm up to. I don't really hide anything from my mom. I'm on really good terms with my parents. But there is a level of like you're going to alter yourself if everybody's watching, right? Even with celebrities and they're going to get coffee and it's freaking like all of a sudden everybody's like, Ben Affleck got Dunkin' Donuts again. And it's like, why is that bad? But if you start seeing articles about how Ben Affleck got Dunkin' Donuts again, you do start to go, why is Ben Affleck getting so much Dunkin' Donuts?
Always.
Right.
Where it's like, I remember there was a thing where it's so embarrassing. We're talking about Ben Affleck again. TMZ, there was a string of TMZ doing Ben Affleck stories.
Right.
Where he's doing this, he's doing that. Oh, he's going back to rehab. And then literally the story was, someone took him to like McDonald's first.
Right.
Before they took him to rehab. And you're just like,
maybe he was hungry.
Yeah. But then in your mind, I'm like, why is that the story?
Right.
So
you never wanted a McFlurry, TMZ?
So now that I'm thinking about it, I think if it's a constant story, I think people will get numb.
Right. I think that's where I land.
Yes. I think if it was a story every other month, that'd be a problem. But I think
you think that'd be more of a problem than every week? I think they'd still get numb.
I only say every other month they wouldn't get numb because there's so much stuff happening. So when the new thing happens, it's going to be fresh and new. But if it's an every week constant, Kazeem Rahman, right. Eventually you're going to be like, even I would be like, yo, why don't y'all leave Kazeem Rahman? Like there was a string of like Chris Brown stories TMZ kept doing. And we're just like, yo, Chris is just literally at his home.
Right. Well, and even I think that's what happened within the Trump era with political satire. Was like there became a point where it's like we all know there's some crazy stuff going on. But if every SNL cold open is making fun of Trump, we end up just tuning in after that.
You get numb.
Yeah.
Because it's like a reverse humanizing.
Right.
Where it's like, now you just feel like, there's nothing else going on?
There's got to be nothing else?
There's
even
nothing else going on.
My favorite late night guy is Colbert. He has been for years. But even when he started his new show, after Biden got elected, most of his monologues were still about Trump. And I think that was the first time I've ever in my life been kind of like, come on, Colbert, like you gotta go to the next thing. Yeah. He is still doing crazy things. I agree. Yes. But there's got to be like a next thing we can move on to.
Yeah.
I will ask this question. What does TMZ stand for?
I have absolutely no idea.
Teenage Mutant.
I have no idea what TMZ stands for.
Like, what is it?
Oh my God, I just realized I have no idea what TMZ stands for.
I have no idea what TMZ stands for.
If you know what TMZ stands for, email toughchoice@outlook.com.
We could pull out our phones, but we're not going to.
We are not looking this up.
Does anybody know? Let's come up with a couple theories.
I don't know.
Teenage Mutant Zone. I think that's my first.
Total. I don't know.
Total militarization zone, right?
Boom.
Like the DMZ in North South Korea.
Tough choice facts now. That's what TMZ stands for. All right. So we're both doing TMZ. I can't do my... Now, I think part of me is okay with my mom flying the drone, but then part of me is like, no, I'm good.
Like I love my mom and I think she would be very responsible. I don't trust the NSA.
My mom... That's the thing. I love my mom too. I don't think she'd be responsible. I think she would be more nosy than she needs to be.
Here's the other question though. Do we honestly believe that we aren't constantly being watched anyway?
I get what you're saying.
You know?
But like
I think about that and I'm
not
like,
with a drone.
Who's to say?
Not with a drone.
Yeah, not with like a constant.
Not with a constant drone. Yeah, I when I search my phone, I'm pretty sure they're tracking that.
When I search, what does TMZ mean?
Yes.
They're like, okay, Jared's figuring
you're gonna
this
get
out.
you're gonna get an ad for TMZ.
All of our TikToks for the next 2 days are just going to be TMZ
stuff.
Because TikTok listens. Are you on TikTok?
Sometimes.
I just get it's crazy. I can have a conversation with my wife about anything, and the next TikTok will be about that thing. And I'm like, you listened.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's scary. And now we want TMZ to create stories about us.
Every week, man.
Yeah.
I think that would help my career.
I think it would kind of help.
Yeah.
The same way it helps
It's
Kardashians.
SEO, man. It's the SEO.
Yeah.
If you have your name constantly in articles linking to you, that's some good search engine optimization.
If it says, even if it says, listen, Kazeem Rahman, host of world famous Tough Choice with Kazeem Rahman podcast, went to rehab today. I still get that podcast money, baby.
The podcast money
I still get that podcast money.
Because we still make money in prison.
Boom. I still have the catalog. 200. This is episode 220. This is episode 220. Wow, this is episode 220.
And people are going to be like, wow, that guy's in jail. Let me listen to all 220.
I don't think this is episode 220. I know I'm past 210 with you. Yeah, but we'll figure that out. Guys, that was the end of our constant choice.
That was great.
What did you want to continue and say?
No, that's great.
That's
done.
it?
I'm done.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm going to leave.
All right. I got you. That was very funny. All right. Would you rather crab walk everywhere or be ineligible for any and all vaccines?
Crab walk everywhere.
Yes. Do you know what I mean? Crab.
Can I also drive? Or is it like I crab walk to my car and then I'm driving?
You can drive. When you're walking, you're crab walking.
And then the other option is
be ineligible for any and all vaccines. Now, admittedly, I wrote this question before the pandemic.
You've had that in the back pocket for 2 years?
I've just had this. I've had this question and I wrote it and then the government shut down.
So what the real question is would I rather crab walk everywhere or not be allowed to see shows at the Largo anymore? Because they still require vaccines.
You're ineligible. You have that. You can have the thing.
I can have the ineligible card.
Yes.
I can prove that I'm ineligible.
Yeah. You can prove that
But I'd
you're
also
ineligible.
be just more likely to die.
Yes.
From a lot of things.
Is
this from the beginning of my life or from this point on?
From this point on.
Because honestly,
everything is from this point on.
But I feel like I've already, most of the big ones I've already gotten. Like even like the ones that you're probably going to die from, like MMR and like the measles, mumps, rubella, or like polio.
Thank you for telling us.
I saw you glaze over for a second.
I got my,
I saw your brain going into high gear.
I definitely feel like I made that face of, I have no idea what that means.
I definitely saw like you looking through me to try to figure out if it was there.
MMR, I didn't even know the first M was measles.
That's one of the big ones you give kids.
Listen, even if you said the first M was measles, I didn't know what the second two were.
Mumps and rubella.
I don't know what rubella is. I know measles and mumps.
We don't get it anymore because we give all our kids the MMR vaccine.
There we go, baby. We go. Tough choice science.
I think that the vaccine one I'd probably choose because it's way less impactful for the rest of my life because almost all the big diseases, unless we discover more big diseases, there's always more.
We just discovered
a big one pretty recently.
I like how the way you said that was like, listen, Kazeem, this is it. I don't think there's going to be any more.
But the ones that have historically killed us the most.
Smallpox is done.
Smallpox is pretty much done.
Yes.
Polio is pretty much done.
Yes.
A lot of the big ones tetanus. I got my tetanus shot. I got my booster a couple months ago.
Yes.
So I've got at least like another 8 years in me.
Yes.
So I feel like I'd rather gamble on a couple big diseases.
Okay.
Unless, they claim global warming is going to impact more of these big diseases like COVID, right? There's going to be more big diseases because of all the rainforest dying and all this stuff. And diseases are going to be let out.
And animals, and animals moving around. Yes.
Yeah, we're going to have more, wet grocery stores in different countries.
Yes.
Having, what do they think? A pangolin, bite a bat or whatever.
Yes.
I think that even with that, let's say conservative estimate, there's like 5 more major diseases that are discovered before I die.
Yes.
I feel like that's a good number.
Yeah. Well, also a good question is this. Do you consider yourself a healthy person? Because I try to eat healthy.
Sure.
I work out every day.
You're drinking coconut water.
I'm drinking coconut water. I really do like coconut water.
No, I mean, it's good, but it is like, that's an intentional choice.
Yes. right? No sugar, made not from concentrate. What's
But
good,
you did
baby?
just give me some hot sauce on a spoon.
Yes.
You were like, this is how I eat.
Yes, this is how I eat it.
Here's a spoonful of hot
sauce. It's a sample. Whenever someone's like, is the hot sauce good? I'm like, hold on.
Right.
Yeah. Truff, give me a free sponsorship.
Yeah, Truff.
Anyway, I
think I'm going with the vaccine because to crab walk everywhere for the rest of my life feels like a much bigger daily impact.
Mm-hmm.
The vaccine thing is like a potentially fatal thing many years down the road.
Yes.
But even then, I'd like to think that, our scientists
and the vaccine, and to be fair, the vaccine doesn't mean you can't be cured. It just means you can't have the vaccine.
Right.
Right.
But some diseases can't be cured.
Of course, if it's a disease, if it's a vaccine
like COVID,
for a disease,
COVID, there is no cure. There's just preventative measure, and then it
gets out of your system.
Beef up our body enough to not die.
Yes, that's fair. I don't know.
But when's the last time we had a major disease discovery that was also impacted by a new vaccine? Not in our lifetime.
What do you mean?
Like when the Ebola outbreak happened.
Yes.
No vaccine.
Oh, there wasn't a vaccine.
No, there's no Ebola vaccine.
Yeah.
So, because many viruses don't have vaccines it's a virus. Because the virus is harder to make one, right? I think that with that knowledge, I'm 27.
Yeah.
I extrapolate that. Let's say every 20 years, there's a new big disease with a vaccine.
Word of the podcast, extrapolate. Go ahead.
I love to extrapolate.
Yes.
I think it's fun to extrapolate. That's most of comedy is extrapolating, right?
Yeah, no, it's just funny. I just like, hold on. I got you. Okay. Yes.
But right. So if we extrapolate that, we're looking at every 20-ish years, a new major disease with a vaccine.
Okay.
So that means that I'm probably realistically, if the average life expectancy for a white male in America, sorry, it's different. I'm not the one who chose that. I'm not the one who medically.
It's not your fault.
I'm not the one medically deciding there's a 5-year difference.
Yes.
I'm not the one doing that.
Yes.
But just to say,
yes,
that's just a statistic.
That's just the statistic.
We both agree that that's a statistic that I did not.
Yes, of course. You're not being racist, Jared. It's fine. Keep going.
So
Damn.
I'm looking at 3 more major vaccines that I'm missing out on.
Yes.
And my 8-year tetanus booster shot.
Okay.
So then after 8 years from now, I'm going to stop walking around construction sites barefoot.
Yes.
And I'm going to isolate whenever there's a next COVID equivalent.
Boom. Yeah.
I think that's a much more mitigated risk than crab walking everywhere.
Crab walking everywhere, yes, you can live your life, but you're still crab walking, right? Here's the thing. You are married. So
I am.
It's not like who are you trying to, you're at a stage, probably, how long have you been married, if you don't mind me asking?
About 8 months.
8 months. Exactly. So you're about to reach that stage where it's like,
where we're crab walking anyway.
Who you out here trying to impress?
Yeah.
Right?
No,
where
we're there.
it's like, ain't nobody I'm not trying to I don't care about none of you guys' existence.
Right.
I'm going to crab walk.
Right.
Right. But
you think that's an argument for crab walking?
That's an argument for crab walking. Where it's like, yo, I'm married, bro. Ain't nobody trying to pull no women if I'm with the crab walk.
When I was thinking about crab walking, I was in no way thinking about being embarrassed. I was thinking about how tough that would be to get around. Oh no, I was thinking about embarrassment. That was not in my mind.
And maybe also, did you ever do that as a child? Did you ever crab walk as a child?
Yeah, that's gym class, man.
It was easy for me. I can crab walk.
You get you get way more. It's like to crab walk from one side of the elementary school gym to the other. You'd be out of breath. You could do it, but you'd be out of breath.
Of course, the first 6 months it's gonna be hard. But
you think your cardio and your forearms are gonna build that good?
Yeah. If I'm doing it all the time, if I'm doing it everywhere. I'm not saying I'm doing crab walking.
You get that guy on TikTok who walks around on all fours for half hour a day just to try to beef up his forearms. It's a guy on TikTok. I don't know his name.
How's his forearms though?
Now they're huge.
Really?
It's worked for him. He's been doing it for about a year, I think, or so. And his forearms are
the sad part? In my mind, I'm like, what do I need my forearms for? I don't know what I need. Maybe wrist action.
Yeah, but that's literally what a forearm's for.
Yeah.
But I think that, what are you going to be doing? Playing a lot of basketball. That's about it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's a big forearm activity.
Not really.
I played tennis in high school.
Yeah.
Some of the guys who were always at the top, massive forearms.
Yeah, there we go. Tennis, okay. Basketball, I would say the forearm is mainly for...
You need that for aim. For a jumper?
You need that for aim, but the power still comes from your legs, though.
Sure.
The power will still come from your legs.
Or even your shoulders, then.
Or your shoulders, yeah. But maybe the forearm. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. I feel like I'm going to do the vaccines.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Like,
This just in, Kazeem doesn't want to get vaccines. He thinks that everybody who got a vaccine.
I am vaccinated. Okay. If you got vaccinated, yes, get vaccinated. But if I'm ineligible for vaccinations, I'm not going to act like I still can't be okay.
Would you have
Does
like
that
a
make
medical
sense?
exception card? Or,
Yeah, you would have a medical exception
Okay.
card. Your life would still be fine. You could still do what
I'd have
you
a
need
doctor's
to do.
note that says
You'd have
this
a
is because
doctor's
of
note.
tough
Yeah,
choice.
you'd have an official statement saying you made a deal on tough choice.
With the devil.
No, not with the devil. We used to say that, but then I'm like, it just sounds so evil. So I don't know who
So you
we're
traded
making a
devil
deal
for
with.
Kazeem.
We made a deal with Kazeem. We traded devil for Kazeem.
We all know what that sounds like.
And of course, we know what it means. We know exactly what it means, Jared. At the same time, I'm gonna do vaccinations, and I'm just gonna be. Listen, you gotta eat healthy. You gotta exercise. You have to drink more water. You have to be in tip-top shape if you're not gonna do vaccines,
Right.
because you never know when you're gonna need a booster for something,
Right.
So
I mean, I'm all pro-vaccine, but in this scenario,
yeah. Oh, I'm pro-vax. Of course, we're all pro-vaccine, but I'm also.
I mean, we can't say that these days, you know?
Yeah, I'm pro-vaccine, but I'm also pro not crab walking.
Yeah. No, I think in
And
this scenario.
are you more pro-vaccine or are you more pro not crab walking? And the answer is I'm pro not crab walking.
I agree.
Simple as that.
That's the new political dichotomy.
Would you rather have surgery performed by someone whose whole family died seconds before, or have surgery performed by someone who is getting orally serviced
During surgery?
during surgery?
So the question is trauma more distracting
Then a
than a
blowjob.
sexual
Then a
experience?
blowjob.
Yeah.
Don't say sex. We know what it means.
Sure.
We know what it means.
Trauma. Would I rather have my doctor struggling with
Whose
trauma?
whole family. Now, you're probably thinking, what do you mean
Seconds
whole family?
before.
Seconds before. And he knows.
He points at the card to make sure that it's seconds.
Exactly. I just listen, sometimes words matter and I write these questions kind of fast sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. This isn't, now that I'm looking at the card, this is an older question.
Like you've done it before?
I've done this question before, but
I thought this was unique to me.
this is kind of unique.
Okay.
Everyone gets half and half. If it's green, it's brand new. If it's white, it's not brand new.
Wow. Man, if the listeners could see these cards, one of them's green and one of them's not green.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think trauma.
Really?
I think that a blowjob is more distracting than trauma.
Yes. You think a blowjob is more, so what would you rather?
Because a blowjob is a pure physical stimulant. Like,
Yeah.
there's no amount of emotional regression that can take away how distracting that would feel.
Yeah, you're right.
Versus a lot of doctors are already pretty emotionally stunted.
Yeah,
Right?
basically.
Like, that's
a
the
lot
stereotype.
a lot of surgeons specifically.
And you kind of have to be.
You have
a
to
little bit.
leave your
You have to compartmentalize
emotions.
your life.
Yeah.
So I think that the surgeon in the scenario is probably more practiced at compartmentalizing a bad day than he is a sexual experience during surgery. Not to say that having his family die seconds, not minutes, before the surgery would be incredibly distracting. But I do feel like the physical stimulant is going to be more distracting
It's more distracting
than the trauma.
because you can't, your hand's going to move. There's no, you're not.
It's going to
You
send
have
a quiver down your spine.
Yeah. You're gonna, there are body motions that you're gonna not be able to shake.
Right.
Right. Mentally. Yeah, you're right. Doctors can be,
They can compartmentalize pretty well.
compartmentalize
That's part of the
well.
training.
That's part of their training.
They literally are told, right, in medical school, like, you're going to see people die. You have to get cool with that. Now, the difference is that it's their family, of course, but also
Their whole
they're
family.
practiced at it. Yeah, their whole family.
Their whole family.
Seconds.
Their whole family seconds. Now you're probably thinking, what do we mean whole family?
Like parents.
If we're talking about a surgeon, I will be fair to an extent. Whole family, we'll say whole immediate family. So do you have, how many people in your immediate family? Do you have any like siblings?
Well, now I'm married,
Yes.
but then I have 2 siblings and 2 parents.
2 parents.
Yeah.
Do your siblings have kids?
One of them does.
They die too.
Oh my God. My nieces and nephews die.
Whole family.
Man. Whole family. My grandma?
We'll leave the grandma out of this.
Aunts and uncles?
No.
So my nieces and nephews
Are dead.
So I'm the uncle to them.
You're the uncle to them.
They die.
They die.
But my aunts and uncles,
No.
they're fine.
Only your immediate family is anyone that your parents, your siblings, and anyone directly connected to your siblings. We'll leave the parents or the grandparents at the top of the thing.
And we're not talking about cousins?
No, we're not. We're leaving cousins out of this too. So your wife is dead.
In-laws?
Your parents aren't. No, your wife is
my
dead.
wife is dead, but my wife's parents and
Your wife's
siblings
parents
are fine.
and siblings are
So I
fine.
have a new family essentially.
So you have a
at the
new
end of all
family
this.
essentially. Do you have any kids?
No.
No. Okay. Well, you still have them as a family.
Could I remarry?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I wouldn't be thinking about remarry. I don't think the surgeon. No, you're getting surgery. I'm just saying the surgeon.
This
the
isn't even
surgeon.
me.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't even you. Oh, my bad. I have to clarify.
We got so down the rabbit trail of my
We
family
thought-
dying.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I meant as in like the surgeon's wife, his parents, his two siblings.
And I just want to clarify,
and their
it could be the
kids.
surgeon's husband too.
And the surgeon's
Surgeons are
husband.
allowed
You're
to be
right.
women and gay these days.
Surgeons are allowed to be women and they're allowed to be gay, right?
These
this
days.
is 2022,
It is.
right?
This is August 2022.
August
when it comes
2022
out.
when this comes out. Right now, we're in Pride Month.
Episode
so this
220.
is, I have no idea what episode this is. I should probably figure that out.
Yeah. No, I just want to clarify that in the midst of Pride Month.
Yes.
Saying surgeon's wife. You know the old riddle of like,
Mhm.
how did this person do surgery on me? And they're like, because my dad is dead. And we're supposed to go, no way, the surgeon can't be a woman. Do you know that riddle?
No.
I'll have to look it up because I don't want to butcher it. I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool.
But the riddle is pretty much to trick people into going, I don't know how the surgeon can be your parent, but your dad is dead.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Because we tell you that your dad is dead in this scenario. Anyway, I think the surgeon,
You think family died is still better than oral service, even if
because I
it's
think they've trained
immediate.
themselves to emotionally compartmentalize. They haven't
Yeah.
trained themselves to do surgery under sex.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's just the bet I'm making in that scenario.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you choose?
I'm gonna do the family because I didn't realize that surgeons are definitely cold-hearted individuals. I had to remember.
They're not always, but like they're more likely.
Let me not say cold-hearted. They compartmentalize.
Yeah.
They still care.
You have to. If you're surrounded by death in any degree,
Yeah. Yeah.
nurses too, nurse practitioners as well.
Yeah. Now it is time for our final choice. It is a marry, bang, kill. Jared,
Okay.
your three choices are
Okay.
Beyonce, forever and always. We will have, for you, we'll do this. We will do Jennifer Garner
Okay.
and we will do Jennifer Lopez.
Okay.
Two people that were involved with Ben Affleck.
Right. A very Ben Affleck
A
episode.
very Ben Affleck-y episode. So, marry, bang, kill. Jared, what are your choices?
I think I'd go with marry my wife,
Okay.
bang my wife,
Okay.
and kill Jennifer Lopez.
I got you. Okay. That's your choices. I'm not gonna lie, no one's ever done that before. So I will
Did you like it?
I will only allow that for this episode because we allow loopholes for the first time when they're found and we never allow them again.
So you're saying that if somebody else came in and had listened to this episode and was like,
And said,
"I'll
I
find
want to bang my wife and marry my wife, I would say you cannot do that.
But I made a vow.
You made a vow. Yes.
I made a very important vow.
Yeah, but you're still murdering Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
And
I
you're
guess
just
I've never made
you're
I've never made a vow that I won't kill somebody.
You're just sparing the other two.
I mean, at this point, it's like, who do I want to die? And I don't know. I mean, I guess the question is, did Ben Affleck make better movies or worse when he's been with Jennifer Lopez?
He made The Town when he was with Jennifer Garner.
Shoot.
And that movie is amazing.
Yeah. And
he directed that
I guess
movie.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take back that statement because that feels like a very sexist way to decide which women to kill
Okay.
is based on their significant others' movies.
That's fair.
So I should probably judge it more based on
Their movies.
them.
Their movies. Jennifer Garner was on that Alias movie. No, not Alias. She was on TV.
Oh,
Yeah. She played Alias on TV.
I don't know if I know enough of her movies.
She was on TV. She's mainly known for for the TV show. It was like a J.J. Abrams TV show.
Yeah, Alias. That was like his follow up to Lost, right?
I have no idea.
Didn't do nearly as well as Lost.
I think Alias was before Lost.
No.
Really?
Bet.
I have no idea.
Send in your emails.
Email toughchoice@outlook.com. We're not looking this up. We don't do
Alias
research
was
here.
100% after Lost.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, for sure. Lost was
Okay.
2004. When do you think Alias was?
Before 2004.
For real? Am I crazy? He is looking it up. He just said he wouldn't, but he
I
is.
wasn't going to, but now I need to.
That long pause was him looking it up.
The first episode was 2001
Shoot.
for Alias.
I'm sorry, y'all. I got that wrong. One time I made a comedy poster that was J.J. Abrams themed because I realized the show was on his birthday.
First episode of Lost was 2004.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'm really sorry, everybody. My
Not a
J.J.
problem.
Abrams knowledge is lacking. I think...
Who dies?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure
Beyonce,
that.
Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer Gardner.
I think out of their art, now realizing Jennifer Gardner.
Jennifer Gardner. If we're
Because
just talking
if we're
about
just talking about,
art
like,
and
their
cultural significance,
right.
then Jennifer Gardner.
I don't know
has to
any
go.
other way to judge them.
That's
I don't
the
know
only
them.
way.
I can't
Yeah.
judge them based on their actual character.
I can, but go ahead.
Well, how do you do that?
Interviews.
You're just like, can I do research?
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna reconvene this podcast in like 2 hours. I'm gonna go watch a bunch of interviews.
I'm gonna pause this podcast and we're
Yeah.
gonna find out. For me, I will say Beyonce dies. I will.
Why?
She always dies. She's lived her life.
She's lived a good long life.
She's lived a good long life. She's the greatest entertainer of all time. There's nothing else for her to do.
You think
in
she's
this
the
world.
greatest?
You can make the
entertainer?
argument that she's the greatest entertainer of all time.
That feels like that should be like a separate podcast that you just interview every person and
Of
ask.
who's the greatest entertainer of all time.
No. Like you just try to make the argument every time that it's Beyonce.
Yeah, I can make the
'Cause
argument that it's Beyonce.
I've never seen anybody so confident.
Yeah, you can make that. That is a solid case for her.
Give me the 1 minute rundown of that argument.
Album sales,
Crazy.
artistry, just basic changing the mold of what an
That
album
feels more
should
subjective,
be,
but I'll take it.
right? Performance wise, she
Yeah,
always
great
puts on a
performer.
show.
Yeah, great
amazing performer.
Yeah.
Amazing
Have you
performer.
seen her live?
Can she? Yes.
Okay.
I haven't seen her live. I've seen her live like on TV.
Right.
When you said live, I mean when she was at Coachella, I was watching it.
Right. I've watched the
But,
live streams.
She can't. The only knock on her is that she can't play an instrument.
I didn't know that.
But Michael could also not play an instrument.
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson couldn't play any.
But he's not one of the 3 people we might kill.
Exactly. But I'm making her as the argument of greatest entertainer of all time.
Right.
Right now.
You don't think it's Logan Paul?
No, God, no. But I mean, well, you can make that argument.
I know he does, right? That's what I've read an
you can make
interview
that
where he's
argument.
said like that the goal is no longer to be a YouTuber or anything. It's just to be the greatest entertainer of all time.
Yeah. And Logan Paul.
Which is a fun goal.
It's a fun goal. So
Maybe
Beyonce dies.
Mm-hmm.
I will marry.
My wife. No.
Not your wife. That'd be so funny if I was like, I'll marry your wife and I'll have sex with your wife and I'll kill Beyonce.
Right,
and then
right. It's the same
immediately, that's
answer.
our podcast. Okay. Beyonce dies. I'll marry Jennifer Gardner. I like a more of a low profile. Jennifer Lopez is always in the news.
So you're
She's
choosing
always
her
out.
based on being the least famous of the 3?
Yes. I like the least famous of the 3. And then I guess I'll have sex with Jennifer Lopez, which is perfectly fine with me.
Okay.
All right, guys, that is our episode.
That's the show.
This has been Tough Choice with Kazeem Rahman. You can find me online at Kazeem Comedy. That's Kazeem. Jared, where can we find you?
Yeah, all my socials are at Kassebaum, Kassebaumb. That's TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Everything.
Is there more? Snapchat.
Snapchat. Do people still use Snapchat?
It's the largest social media if you're under 22.
Damn.
That's a true stat.
I forgot about that. All right. And if you have a tough choice question or a Mary Bang Kill you want us to consider, email toughchoice@outlook.com.
But keep my wife out your mouth.
But definitely keep my wife. Definitely keep Jared's wife out of your mouth. And we'll put all your information in the show notes if you would like to follow Jared. Like, share, subscribe to this podcast. We're growing and we love it and we love you guys. I've been Kazeem Rahman. This has been Tough Choice. This has been Jared Kassebaum. You guys have been amazing. Bye.
Bye.